A long time ago, an enormous beast with jaws full of sharp teeth and skin like armor roamed the earth. It was called the dinosaur. There were many kinds of dinosaurs, but they all had one thing in common: they were reptiles. Some dinosaurs were small and swift, others were gigantic and slow. All of them were spectacularly bizarre. Dinosaurs evolved into all shapes and sizes throughout the age of reptiles. These masters of adaptation lived on every continent and ruled the planet for more than 160 million years. That's 40 times longer than humans have been around. Dinosaurs are so popular because they're weird, wonderful, and wacky. Who wouldn't love a monster that looks like a mix between a crocodile and an elephant? The word dinosaur means terrible lizard. But don't worry, we won't be showing any terrifying dinosaurs today. Instead, we'll be looking at some of the coolest and most mind-boggling dinos ever. From the tiny Compsognathus to the mighty Ankylosaurus, these dinosaurs are truly one of a kind. So buckle up and get ready to roar. We're going on a dino adventure. Brachiosaurus. The name Brachiosaurus means arm lizard. This is a little weird because this dino's arms are shorter than its legs. The Brachiosaurus is one of the largest dinosaurs ever found. It was a sauropod, which means it was a long-necked plant eater. Sauropods are the longest dinosaurs ever discovered. They also include the famous Diplodocus and Argentinosaurus. Scientists believe that Brachiosaurus used its tail to keep itself upright when it walked on two legs. It also had a very long neck that it used to reach high plants that other animals couldn't eat. The Brachiosaurus lived in what is now North America and South America during the late Jurassic period. That's between 150 and 145 million years ago. Ankylosaurus. The Ankylosaurus was one of the strangest-looking dinosaurs. Its name means fused lizard. This is because its body was covered in bony plates and spikes. The Ankylosaurus was related to the Stegosaurus. Both dinosaurs were herbivores. They also both had bony armor protecting their bodies. However, the Ankylosaurus was much more heavily armored. Its body was shaped like a Volkswagen Beetle and was almost completely covered in armor. It also had a powerful tail that could smash through a predator's bones. The Ankylosaurus was very slow-moving. This made it easy prey for fast dinosaurs like the Velociraptor. However, once the Ankylosaurus reached adulthood, it was too large and too well protected for most predators to attack. The Ankylosaurus was one of the last dinosaurs to roam the Earth. It went extinct 66 million years ago. It died out alongside the mighty Tyrannosaurus Rex and the flying reptile, the pterodactyl. Velociraptor. The Velociraptor was one of the most ferocious carnivores that ever lived. It was a small, agile, and intelligent creature that hunted in packs. The Velociraptor was about the size of a German shepherd. It had huge claws and teeth and was covered in feathers. The Velociraptor was a theropod, which means it was a biped carnivore. Other theropods include the Tyrannosaurus Rex and the Spinosaurus. The Velociraptor lived in what is now Asia and Europe. It first appeared during the late Jurassic period, but most of what we know about it comes from fossils found in Mongolia. One of the most famous velociraptors is nicknamed Sue. Sue is 90% complete and is one of the best preserved dinosaurs ever found. The Velociraptor went extinct 75 million years ago. This was just before the end of the Cretaceous period and the death of the dinosaurs. Stegosaurus. The Stegosaurus was one of the most famous dinosaurs. It's easily recognizable by its plates and spikes. The Stegosaurus was a herbivore. It lived in what is now North America during the late Jurassic period. That's between 150 and 145 million years ago. Like most dinosaurs, the Stegosaurus was a reptile. However, unlike most dinosaurs, it didn't have teeth. Instead, it had a beak like a bird or a turtle. The Stegosaurus had 4 legs and a long tail. Its front legs were shorter than its back legs. They also had 5 fingers at the end. The Stegosaurus had 2 main predators, the Allosaurus and the Ceratosaurus. These large meat-eating dinosaurs would often attack Stegosaurus herds. The Stegosaurus was not very fast, but it could defend itself using its tail. Its tail was armed with 4 spikes that could grow up to 3 feet long. The Stegosaurus went extinct 145 million years ago. This was towards the end of the Jurassic period. Triceratops. The Triceratops is one of the most popular dinosaurs. It was one of the last dinosaurs to live. The Triceratops was related to the Tyrannosaurus Rex. It was a herbivore. It lived in what is now North America during the late Cretaceous period. The Triceratops had a huge head with 3 horns. These horns could grow up to 3 feet long. The Triceratops also had a frill around its neck. This was a bony structure that could be up to 2 feet wide. The frill was decorated with bumps and spines. The Triceratops had a beak like a bird. It also had a row of sharp teeth that it used to cut plants. The Triceratops was about 30 feet long and weighed 6 tons. It was about the size of a double-decker bus. The Triceratops was one of the largest dinosaurs. It was also one of the heaviest. The Triceratops first appeared during the late Cretaceous period. However, it went extinct 66 million years ago. This was after an asteroid struck the Earth. This caused massive earthquakes, tsunamis, and volcanic eruptions. Most dinosaurs, including the Triceratops, died out as a result. The Maiasaura was one of the smallest dinosaurs. It was about the size of a chicken. It weighed less than 3 pounds. The Maiasaura was a relative of the Velociraptor. However, unlike the Velociraptor, it was a herbivore. The Maiasaura lived in what is now North America during the early Cretaceous period. That's between 145 and 100 million years ago. The Maiasaura had huge eyes. These eyes were set far back in its head. This gave it excellent peripheral vision. The Maiasaura also had a long tail. This helped it balance when it walked on 2 legs. The Maiasaura had sharp teeth. It used these teeth to tear plants. It also had 3 fingers on each hand. These fingers were perfect for grasping branches. The Maiasaura went extinct 125 million years ago. This was midway through the Cretaceous period. Compsognathus. The Compsognathus was one of the smallest dinosaurs ever discovered. It was about the size of a cat and weighed less than 11 pounds. The Compsognathus was a relative of the Velociraptor. However, unlike the Velociraptor, it was a carnivore. The Compsognathus lived in what is now Europe and Asia. It first appeared during the late Jurassic period. But most of what we know about it comes from fossils found in Germany. The Compsognathus had huge eyes. These eyes were set far back in its head. This gave it excellent peripheral vision. The Compsognathus also had a long tail. This helped it balance when it walked on 2 legs. The Compsognathus had sharp teeth. It used these teeth to tear flesh. It also had 3 fingers on each hand. These fingers were perfect for catching prey. The Compsognathus went extinct 145 million years ago. This was towards the end of the Jurassic period. Did you enjoy learning about these amazing dinosaurs? Which one was your favorite? Let us know in the comments below. And do not forget to subscribe to our channel for more fun and educational videos about dinosaurs and other prehistoric creatures. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time